Xavier, and we're back at it with Final Fantasy XIV. Today, we're going to be doing the Moonfire Faire 2021. Let's get straight to it. Unseasonable chills. Meyaru Moyaru will stop at nothing to say that you enjoy the seasonal festivities to the fullest. This quest is available for a limited time only. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, come to enjoy the Moonfire festivities again this year, have you? Promise you're in for a scorchingly, swelteringly good time. As you may very well know, the fair is a storied tradition that in recent years has served to promote the effort of the Adventurers Guild on behalf of Eorzeans everywhere. Once again, we've got a piping hot plate full of exciting activities for one and all. This year, we've also been tasked by none other than the Master Gegoruju, our ever-generous patron of the event, with creating the ultimate icy dessert to stave off the heat. We'd more than welcome the aid of a skilled adventurer like yourself, and needless to say, we reward you well for your efforts. If you'd be willing and able to lend a hand, simply hop over to the Casa del Sol and speak to my colleague Hiranaga? Hiranaga. Okay. Costa del Sol. Del Sol. Costa del Sol. Del Sol. Costa. Well, if it isn't Xavier, come to help us create our frozen masterpiece, have you? Well, I couldn't have asked for a better partner in our confectionery challenge. And how glad I am to hear it, gods. Honest truth, we're in a bit of a bind here. You see, though we've been tasked with making the most delightful frosty dessert, we are suffering from a lack of all important ingredients, ice. The shipment was supposed to come in bells ago, but word has it it's been held up by some disturbance in the area. Might you be so kind to as to check with my associate Polbiano and see if she knows anything further? She should be just to the east of here, over on the beach. Sup, shorty? Where the ice at? What's that you say? Ernaga sent you to ask about the delayed shipment of ice. To be quite honest, the situation is something of a complicated one. As you may have heard, for this year's festivities, Master Gegaruju has imposed upon us a rather daunting task, preparing the finest frozen dessert the realm has ever seen. He promised us that he would spare not a single guild to see the deed done, so we decided to enlist the services of one of the realm's most prominent confectioners. All well and good to this point, yes? As it turns out, the confectioner was a hopeless perfectionist, insisting that only the finest ice in all of Eorzea would serve for her creation. She hopped on the next vessel to the northern seas. And that's the last we saw of her. It's not that I fear for her life, mind you, pardon the pun, but she's one tough cookie. That said, the festivities are all but upon us, and if she doesn't make it back soon, ye gats, that poor girl's drowning out there. Gulp, gulp, gulp. That garb, yes, it's her. That's Nikiki, the self-same confectioner of whom I just spoke. We must help her at once. It wouldn't be a Lala. We should be alright now. In any event, I'll leave her to your capable hands. Okay. Oh, Nikiki, you've come back to us. Thank the gods. Polbiano, is that you? Why, I'm back in Costa del Sol. She floated all the way here? You are indeed. Whatever happened to you out there? Were you swept away in the storm? Tossed from your boat by some eldritch horror from the depths of the sea? I fear my memory is still hazy. As I remember, we sailed to the northern seas, where after braving the elements and some vicious fiends set on making a meal of me, I succeeded in procuring the most pristine ice I've ever laid eyes upon. Where's that? We began the journey back, and just as we were approaching Costa del Sol, it's no use. The only thing I remember is our vessel capsizing and my body being flung from the deck along with my hard-won supply of ice. But at least I made it back in one piece, and I have you and your friend here to thank for that, Polbiano. Oh, look at the polar bear! They're so crude. Oh, my dearest friends, you too survived the shipwreck. Why, I couldn't be happier. These creatures are your friends? Aren't they lovely? We met on one of the isles up north. I shared some of my treats with them, and the next thing I knew, they were following me everywhere. They're gentle and strong, the most perfect companions, really. Alright, that's enough of the touching reunion. My precious ice is scattered all about the place, so go round it up and bring it here. On the double now. They understood that. Oh, they actually went and got it all. What the hell? It's not melted? Well, would you look at that? They're quite clever, aren't they? Oh, lucky day, the seals are intact, and the ice inside undamaged and unmelted. That means only one potential rub remains. A rub? Yes, as a matter of fact, the ice you see is everything I hoped it would be, which is why it was rather to my chagrin when I later discovered that a dreadful fiend slumbered in the rather large chunk of ice that I had loaded onto our vessel. Chagrin. It is all coming back to me now. As we neared Costa del Sol, with the balmy winds drifting in, I heard a dreadful rumbling coming up from the cargo hold. I rushed down to investigate, only to see the fearsome creature. It appeared rather perturbed by the heat, and it suddenly began to swell larger and larger until boom. Boom. It would appear my own carelessness was the cause of our unfortunate incident. Fortunately, my furry companions and I have survived the shipwreck, as has my stock of the purest ice. And yet I fear the fiend will be back in search of the icy home I so unceremoniously stole from him. Whatever am I to do? We gon' have kill it. We gon' have kill it. Have no fear, my dear Nikiki. In fears over the years, my friends and I have fought off more bombers than you can shake a stick at. Why, Bombard Buster could be my middle name. Now, let's go apprise Hernaga of the situation. Hermaga? Is that H-E-R-M or N? Hermaga. of the situation. Surely he'll have an idea as how we can deal with the menace and kick the festivities off with a bang. We gon' have kill. Oh, that's crude. Sheesh. So much commerce. Oh, this MAGA. I was wondering when I might hear back from you and Polbiano. And I see our star confectioner has joined us as well. Pray tell, how did you fare? Oh dear. So while the ice has been safely procured, a blustery bombard of behemoth-like proportions has been procured alongside it. No doubt that has something to do with the panic screams I heard coming from the beach. But not to worry after all. What is the Moonfire Faire, if not a season for blasting ill-tempered, hot-headed balloons out of the air? And I know just the person to assist us in the effort. Just a moment now. Say no more, Master Haramaga. I stand ever at the ready, my friends. Who goes there? Thrassie? Surely you have not heard the tales of Thrassie, brave leader of the bombardiers, and bane to bombards the realm over. Or perhaps you haven't, but no matter. Pray rest assured that I and my companions will see safely return to your beaches. Bago. Bago. Two has come to save the day, and he has brought his fun little toys, trinkets, trifles. Toys. Oh yes, Bago has brought his toys that go boom. Rufaltia? And I'm Rufaltia. I may still be new to this adventuring business, but I promise you that what I lack in experience I make up for in pluck. Pluck, spirit, and determination. This whole mess was all my fault, and still many of you have come to my aid. How can I ever repay you? Nonsense, my dear. The ice you brought was at our behest, and all would be forgiven when you fashioned for us the most delightful frosty dessert Master Gegaruju has ever laid eyes upon. Besides, the exploits of bombard-busting adventurers are sure to bring even more good publicity to the guild. That settles it then. Let's go out there and show that oversized ball of ice that the Isle of Endless Summer is no place for his ilk. Huzzah! The fate of Blizzard of Bonders can only be completed as a disciple of war and magic. Oh, here we go. I have none of my moves. We're on the tail end of it. We got enough prog, even though it's only a silver. God damn, everybody got on their mounts. Oh lord. Oh lord, where is Nikiki? That look of relief and supreme satisfaction on your faces. It might have surmised that you succeeded in driving off that most baleful bombard. Indeed, and we scarcely even broke a sweat in the doing. Is that right? Quite so, my friend, though I dare say that it wouldn't have been nearly so easy without Xavier at our side. I can't thank you enough, my friend. Huzzah! And yet we must remain ever vigilant, for there is no telling when the dread creature's friends may return to seek their revenge. In any event, the Isle of Endless Summer is safe for now, and that's what matters most. You truly are heroes, all of you. Well, all's well that ends well, I say, and with that, I say it's time we retrieved our supplies from the beach. Splendid. Just you wait, my friends. Nikiki is going to prepare the most marvelous dessert this room has ever seen. Huzzah! Alright, so there's that. Oh, polar bear horn. A treat to beat the heat. Nikiki has a mind to whip up the finest frozen dessert you've ever laid eyes on. This quest is only good. Okay. Oh, I can't thank you enough. Were it not for you, I'd have been too busy running for my life to even think of making Master Gekuruju's dessert. But all's well that ends well, and finally I can get down to what I was brought here to do. I promise you, I'll be done before you know it. So why don't you and Pobiano entertain yourselves for the time being? And while you're at it, perhaps you could call Master Gekuruju as well. I'm sure he's more eager than any of you to see my masterpiece take form. Again, I thank you for your efforts in helping us dispatch the bombards. To think that such a calamity will fall us on the eve of the festivities, but pray, don't be too hard on Nikiki. She meant only to please, as she always has. Oh, and all of the confusion, I forgot to mention it, but she's actually a childhood friend of mine. We used to play together by the shore, and one day we were set upon by a vicious monster. We thought we were done for, but were saved in the nick of time by a kindly adventurer who swiftly dispatched the beast and whisked us away to safety. That's when I vowed that one day I'd serve the guild and repay my debt to the brave soul who rescued me. Meanwhile, Nikiki was a genius in the kitchens. Since she was just a girl, she chose the path of a culinarian in hopes of filling the bellies of adventurers all over with nourishing and toothsome snacks. In the end, she found her calling making sweets, as opposed to the sort of hearty meals that you and I might favor, but that's rather fitting for her. She's always had an independent streak after all. In any event, she's positively overjoyed that her last creation will be presented front and center at the fair for adventurers all over to enjoy. More than anything, I'm just glad she's back with us, safe and sound. It's still really loud. Truly impressive the way you chased off that bombard. Not that I expected any less of you, of course. Thanks to you, I think we can safely say the guild has put on another impressive show this year. It's only a matter of time before our halls are overflowing with aspiring adventurers. Talk about making the best of a bad situation. Speaking of which, I heard Nikiki's nigh done with her delightful creation. I don't know about you, but I'm most eager to taste it myself. Believe it or not, I have something of a sweet tooth. Okay. Let's go get our boy. Where is he? Oh, I think he's up one more floor. Oh no, he's right there. What the hell? I didn't even see him. Oh, if it isn't the ever resourceful and also forgiving adventurer who we so ignominiously tasked with gathering ingredients for our banquet. What's this you say? The fiends have been dispatched, and my prize dessert is ready for the tasting. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Okay. Oh, it's you. You couldn't have come at a better time. I was just putting the finishing touches on my masterpiece. Pray, wait for the moment. Wait for just a moment, won't you? Oh, it's that shaved ice. What the hell? It's literally just ice and fruit. Adventurers, Eorzeans, fairgoers, friends. I am most proud to present my latest creation. I call it Costa del Hilo. I promise you that it will please your tongue even more than it does your eyes. And to make sure that it doesn't melt, as well as to help all of you stay cool amidst the scorching heat, I leave you with a present from my furry friends. He better not talk. Oh, what the hell? They can make it snow. Ah, wow, did my dessert agree with you? After all the trouble I put you through, one can only hope so. It was simply sublime. Now that's a relief to hear. If it provided you with true refreshment after all your travels, why, as a confectioner and culinarian, nothing would make me happier. Rant. Speaking of which, I had meant to tell you, ever since you chased off those bombers, my little friend here hasn't been able to take her eyes off of you. Just look at her face. It's as if she's saying, "Oh, Master Adventurer, what I wouldn't give to join you in your travels." Rant. Oh, truly, how kind you are. She'll be most wonderful companion. She'll be most wonderful company on the road, I promise you that. And with that, I best get back to the kitchen. After all, adventurers from all corners of the realm have been to taste my latest. I've come to taste my latest. Greatest creation. Until we meet again, a happy Moonfire Faire to you. Oh, she gone, and I got me a mount. Wah. Seasonal event quest complete. Thanks to your efforts, peace has returned to the beaches of Costa del Sol, and the festivities can commence in earnest. That is, until the Bombard menace rears its ugly head. You may now purchase wares from the Moonfire Faire vendor, participate in the fete appearing in the southeastern region of the fairgrounds to earn vouchers that can be exchanged for goods. Fireworks! It's always fireworks. Let's check out our new mount. Huzzah! Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. Too bad it has the generic mount music. I like it though. Wah. Wonder how it looks in the dark. We're gonna have to try that. Alright, where's the vendor? Oh, right here. What can we get? Let's see. Moonfire Mastall, grilled corn, Costa de Hilo, Storm Tracer, Flame Tracer, Server Tracer, Luminous Sparker, Grilling Sparker, yep, all the good stuff. All the usual stuff. Outdoor furnishing. I don't think I'm going to be using this for my house anytime soon. Or either of those, and I already have all of these, so. Could just get some more. Let's see. Storm, Flame, Serpent, Lamentum Sparkler, Gridonium Sparkler, Woodon Sparker. I'm running out. And Pinwheels. I would like to have some more of these, so we're probably going to do that. Wasabi. Let's pop one of these things, shall we? Huzzah. Well, I think that's that. I'm probably going to sit here for a bit from this event, buy some more sparklers and whatnot. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'm out of here. Peace.